Afternoon. It just hit afternoon. How are you? I hope you've all had a good day, or rather, a good morning, and we are all ready for this session today. Okay, so let me see how many we have here. The first person who was here was the king and his kingdom media. The king and his kingdom media. That was the first person who was here today. And let me just drop my let me clap for that person for being here on time. Where's the emoji for clap? I'm looking for the emoji for clap. Yes. So I've clapped for that person who was here today. He was here even before we started the session. Okay. Hi, Tejiri. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm really happy to be here with you. This is the second session. This is our second session. Okay. So, Tejiri, thank you for joining us. Higlos, thank you for joining us. Who else is here? So, if you're just joining us, please introduce yourself in the chat section and tell us where you're joining us from. You can also go ahead and tell us your business. What is the name of your business? And then what kind of, you know, what if you're dealing with products or services, what exactly are you dealing with? Let's all get acquainted with each other. I'm looking for your comments in the chat section. All right. It's only Tejiri and Higlos who have introduced themselves. Hi, Higlos from Cameroon, Monica. All right. So I'm really, really, really happy, like I said, to be here with you today. This is the second session. The last class, we looked at how to build your brand on the online space, how to build your brand and sell on the online space. That's what we looked at in the last class. And our main focus was mostly looking at the different, you want to take your business on the online space. What are the different options that you have? So we looked at social media, we also looked at online directories. We looked at having a website. We looked at online marketplaces, and we also talked a lot about e-commerce. Okay, so I'm really hoping that you took some notes or you took time to go over the recording. You can access the recording of previous sessions with the same training link that you joined with. So Bolanle has also just joined us. Hi, Bolanle. I'm really happy to see you. And then Tejiri has introduced yourself from Abuja, Nigeria. The name of my business is Immaculate House Limited, a limited liability company that deals on luxury human hair and natural skin and healthcare products. I think that's really good, especially speaking as a lady. I'm probably not speaking for every lady or woman out there, but we really love things to do with beauty, if it's hair, things to do with our skin, healthcare products. So I'm really, really impressed by what you're doing, Tejiri. So I'll repeat with the introductions. I know I took a class last week, but for those who are not here, and for those who are meeting me for the first time, my name is Beryl Okwat. I'm your trainer for the day, and I am based in Kenya. I work for Impactor, and I'm based in Kenya. In the chat section, you can see my other colleague, Judith Lokosu. Her name is highlighted in blue, and she has a blue spanner next to her name. Judith is based in Benin. Judith is based in Benin, and we work with her at Impactor. So you can see the power of digital. We all work remotely, but at the end of the day, since we share a vision, a clear vision in terms of the departments and the company goal, also looking at the company culture, we're able to work seamlessly together. All right. So thank you, Judith. Make sure you interact with Judith. You can ask her as many questions as you would like. So you can ask her questions and keep her busy in the chat section. All right. Feel free to, I really like my sessions to be engaging. So feel free to drop any kind of question that you have in the chat section. Also, before we begin, please hit the thumbs up button to like this class, to like this session. Hit the thumbs up button to like this session, and then you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to get notifications of other future sessions. I hope up to that point, we are all on the same page. So if you're ready for us to start, please drop me your favorite emoji so I can know you're listening and I'm not talking to myself. But it's only one person who has hit the like button. I'm watching you. So if you're ready for us to start, I really like that I'm on the same page with all my participants. So please drop me an emoji if it is a smiley, if it's a thumbs up, if it's a love, just to let me know that we are all ready for us to commence with the session. I'm waiting for your responses in the chat section. Your responses in the chat section. Drop me your emoji to let me know that we are ready to start the session. You can also tell me, yes, Beryl, we are ready. Please comment. We are all quiet. We are all quiet. So this is not a lecture. I don't like my classes to be like a lecture. I really like interaction and engagement, because at the end of the day, it's not like I know everything. There's some things that I will learn from you, and there's some things that you will learn from me. Bolanle from Ibadan of Oluife Food Agro Allied Medical Supplies and General Contract Limited, packaging of odorless, healthy palm oil. I've been looking at getting palm oil in Kenya, although I'm not sure where I can get them because they're not readily available in our supermarkets. So, yeah, I'm usually a bit curious on how I can use palm oil. It's not very readily available here in the East African market, speaking about Kenya, really. Thank you, Higlos. So, Higlos is the only one who's given me an emoji. So we will start with our session. Our class today is looking at creating a digital marketing plan. So this class is divided into three. We have three agendas that you're going to cover. The first thing you're going to look at is what is digital marketing. You know, I'm here telling you, oh, you're going to talk about how to create your own plan. But at the end of the day, what is digital marketing? You need to get an understanding of what digital marketing is before you even get started with building your own plan. Then the next thing, how do you build your own plan? And then how do you harness the power of digital advertising to ensure that it works out well for you, to ensure that you increase your revenue and you scale your business? Okay. So we talked about this in the last class, the Google Hustle Academy. It's a 1 week long boot camp that we partnered with Google for. It's very intense and it's free. It's no cost. It's offered at no cost. So you get to learn a lot of things. You get to learn about how do you increase your revenue as a business. You want to pitch to investors. How do you go about that? How do you create your own pitching deck? Looking at effective financial planning for SMEs, getting started with the practical bits of digital marketing. All these are covered in depth during the Hustle Academy. So please make sure you sign up. The link will be posted in the chat section by Judith. So please copy the link and paste it on your browser. Thank you, Vera. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vera. So please make sure you copy the link and paste it on your browser. Then you can look at it after the session. I don't want you to leave the session midway. All right. So we'll move on now to I'll ask you. Like I said, I really like my sessions to be interactive. So I would like to know, at currently, the way you're running your business, how do you engage with your customers? How do you engage with your customers currently? How do you engage with your customers currently? How do you engage with your customers currently? Is it by word of mouth? Okay. Is it by word of mouth? Is it via Facebook? Is it via Instagram? How do you engage with your customers currently? Please drop your responses in the chat section. Please drop your responses in the chat section. I'm not the one running your business, so I can't know how you're interacting with your clients. That's why I'm asking you. Okay. How do you engage with your customers currently? How do you engage? Thank you, Bolanle. How do you engage with your customers currently? Please, we are all so quiet. When you're quiet, does it mean that the class is already boring, the reel is boring, or you're taking notes? I need to understand what the silence means. Thank you so much, Higlos. So via mouth and phone calls. All right. So that's how let me just go back and so I can address her by her name. That's how Monica engages with her target audience via word of mouth and via phone call. All right. So please, who else? You can drop your responses in the chat section, please. Just give me a second. Please feel free to drop your comments in the chat section. I'm just coming back to look at them right now. All right. So Vera has said, I relate with my customers by phone calls and by mouth. All right. And then Molf Trenders has said via social media. Mama G Beats Corner says through Facebook, word of mouth, and phone calls. All right. So thank you so much for those responses. I really, really appreciate taking time to drop your comments and your responses to my questions. So let's get started with digital marketing. What is digital marketing? What do you understand with digital marketing? What do you understand when someone talks about digital marketing? What is your understanding of it? Also, Vera says, I go to their offices and sometimes in church. Thank you so much, Vera, for that response. So, what is your understanding of digital marketing? Remember, there are no wrong or right answers. We do not have any wrong or right answers. Okay? So, feel free to drop whatever response that you have in your mind. We are all here to learn from one another. What is your understanding of digital marketing? What do you understand by digital marketing? What do you understand by digital marketing? Please drop your comments in the chat section. What do you understand by digital marketing? What do you understand by digital marketing? What do you understand by digital marketing? There's no response, not even one. No response, not even one. Come on, ladies and gents, if we have some gents. Vera, digital marketing is doing your sales online. I mean, if I had a gift, I would probably give Vera the gift. Thank you, Vera, for that. All right. So as we wait for more responses, probably we just move on so that we don't dwell on one slide. We have a lot to cover and we only have 1 hour. So basically, digital marketing is the promotion of products or brands using electronic devices or the internet. So you're a product-based business or a service-based business and you want to promote um, either of them. So when you're doing so via electronic devices or the internet, that's what we call digital marketing. It could be via electronic billboards, it could be via text, via videos, via instant messaging, digital TV or radio channels, all those things. All right. So when we're looking at statistics as to why more and more people are getting into digital marketing, we can see that we have around 747 million SIM connections in sub-Saharan Africa. Sub-Saharan Africa alone. All right, this is not even the general Africa population. There are 747 million SIM connections. And then if we look at the statistics for South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria, 91% of South Africans own mobile phones and 80% in Kenya and Nigeria, respectively. And then from the 80% in Nigeria who own mobile phones, 65% of the active phone users have shopped online. All right. So you can see more and more people are getting comfortable and confident with shopping on the online space, getting online, being accessible on internet. So this is something as a business person you would want to leverage on. All right. All right. Okay. So what opportunities might arise from connecting with clients online? What are some of the benefits that as a business you gain from engaging with your customers or linking with your customers in the online space? The first thing, you get increased reach. You're able to reach out to more people, not necessarily located within the geographical location that you're in. If you're in Kenya, I can reach out to people in Tanzania or Uganda, so long as I'm doing deliveries in either of the countries. They're able to shop online. All right. So my clients are not just limited to the place where I'm located. The next thing, I'm able to learn about my customers. I get to learn about from the online space or how they're interacting with my posts. I'm able to understand these are the kind of people interacting with my post. This is their demography. This is, I mean, maybe mostly it's women who interact with my post, women who are adults, not especially teenagers. All right. I get to understand their interests, their values. If I'm sharing video posts more or static posts more, I see that they like my video posts more. Okay, so I get to learn about their tastes and preferences. I even get to learn about the time, the amount of time they spend online, the time that they get on the online space. All right, all these things you can learn from the online space, whether it is uh, basically how they interact with your pages and your posts, and then I'm able to communicate and support my clients. I'm able to talk to them. They drop me an inquiry on my social media page. I'm able to talk to them. If they have an issue with my business or my product, I'm able to support them. All right. So it gives an avenue for all these things. And then we've looked at what digital marketing is. There are components that make up digital marketing, basically channels that make up digital marketing. There's search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, display marketing, email marketing, and content marketing. Those are the 6 channels of digital marketing. Let's look at the description of each. So, search engine optimization, the first one, is basically when you optimize your website and optimize the keywords on your website to ensure that you increase your ranking on the search engine. What do I mean by the search engine? Search engine could be Google, the normal Google. So assuming I go online and I search for, maybe I'm searching for let me see, tours and travel companies in Nairobi. All right. The results that come up that come when after I've searched for something online. So how do you ensure that your website or your business appears at the top? Because more people actually most people click on the results at the top. It's very unlikely that you click the results at the bottom. All right. So how do I ensure that as a business and my website, all right, how do I make sure that it appears at the top? Right. So that's on search engine optimization, to make sure that you're optimizing your website and the keywords on your website to improve your ranking, or rather increase your ranking on the search engine. Then the search engine marketing. This is now paid advertising on your website. You pay to appear at the top. You pay to appear at the top. All right. So let me go back to the example that I gave on tours and travel companies. So we have results that came up. From all these results, when you're running paid ads, you basically pay to appear at the top. So when you're running paid ads, your website or your site will appear at the top, but then it will indicate that it's a paid ad. So there will be a small box next to your website link, on the left of your site link. There will be a small box written AD, basically to indicate that you're running paid ads on your site. And then there's social media marketing. So basically, when you're using social media, if it is the organic social media is basically the normal social media management that we do, or if you decide to do paid social media ads, to depending on the objectives that you have. If you want to drive traffic, you want to generate leads, you want to increase your awareness, depending on the objective you have. And then there's display marketing. This is online advertising. Basically, you're running ads to appear on different websites across the internet, not necessarily your own. All right, not necessarily your own website. So I can decide to run ads on my site. All right, so when I'm looking at placement ideas, um, it can appear on different sites. So when you go to this betting site, right, when you go to this betting site, or you go to the, I know bloggers, these well-known bloggers usually give a chance to appear on their site. So you find that my ads appear on different websites. So I'm creating my own display ad, and I ensure that um, when I'm setting the placement, I set it right, but it doesn't necessarily appear on my website. So these are ads that appear on different formats across many websites on the internet. And then there's email marketing. So when you decide to collect emails and send out emails to, maybe your target clients, you want to upsell to them or cross sell to them, or you even want to make new sales. Email marketing actually works well with the remarketing, and it works well with, sending emails to people who have already shown interest. Then there's also content marketing. It could be blog posts, videos, guides, infographics, basically creating different types of content and sharing them across your sites. So up to that point, do I have any question? Do I have any question up to that point? I had more and more people who dropped their responses. So when I asked about what digital marketing is, Higlo said online marketing. Mama G Bids Corner, it means to communicate with your customers online. Thank you so much for those responses. So do I have any question up to that point? Do I have any questions? Do I have any question up to that point? Any questions so far? Sorry, if there are no questions, please feel free to indicate, Beryl, I have no questions. Let us move on to the next part of the class. If there are no questions, please indicate no questions, then we can move on to the next part of the class. If there are no questions, please indicate no questions so that we move on to the next part. Remember, the class is divided into 3 agendas. We've talked about an introduction to digital marketing. We've looked at the 6 channels of digital marketing, that is search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, display advertising, content marketing, and email marketing. Those are the six key channels of digital marketing. So do I have any comments in the chat section? Any questions? If there are no questions, you can indicate no questions so that we move on to the next part of the class, which is basically how to build your own digital marketing plan. How do you get started with building your own digital marketing plan? Any questions? No questions? I'll take it that silence means consent. So we'll move on to the next part, building your own digital marketing plan. So there are 6 steps when you want to get started with building your own digital marketing plan. 6 things that you need to consider. The first thing, you need to look at your business goals and objectives. What do I want to achieve as a business? What am I looking at achieving? The next thing, do I have the budget? Do I have the resources to get started with digital marketing? The other thing, who is my audience? Who am I targeting? What are their behaviors? What are their interests? What are their pain points? All right. And then decide the channels. We've looked at the 6 channels. So which channel can I settle with? All right. Then planning your activity. Plan your activities appropriately. As a small business owner, I would recommend that you don't choose all the 6 channels to start with. So pick 1 or 2, see what's working out for you, test and learn, see what's working for you, what's not working for you. All right. Then how do you measure? How do you ensure that I have decided this is the course of action that I'm taking? How do I measure the performance? Is it working out for me, or is it not working out for me? What can I do better? All right. So those are the 6 steps on creating your own digital marketing plan. So we will go through a case study to better get to get a better understanding on how to build your own digital marketing plan. So the 6 steps, remember, the first step is understanding your business goal and objective. So let's look at this case study. We have Mondley, who is a hairdresser, right? So Mondley has a hairdressing shop. Mondley understands that my business goals are basically to get new customers through my door and still retain my past customers, and then still make more people in my area know about my business. So those are 3 things that Mondi wants: get new customers, to retain their old customers, and then make more people in her area know about the existence of her business. Those are the general business goals that she has. So she wants to get started with digital marketing. That basically means you have to take your business goals and align them to online objectives. So it means you have to take your business goals and align them to online objectives. So, what are some of the examples of online objectives? How can you formulate online objectives? There's increased traffic to website. Mhm. You might want to, probably you have your website. So what would be your objective for that? I want to increase traffic to my website. I want to increase my online sales, right? I want to increase my social media paid likes or follows, or I want to increase my reach and awareness. These are basically examples of online objectives. How do you align your business goals and your online objectives? So if you're looking at making more people aware of your existence, and you've decided, maybe let me have a Facebook page, or let me create a website. My online objective in regards to that business goal would be to increase my reach and awareness. All right. So more and more people basically get to know about the existence of your business. And then if you want to sell more products, you might decide, you know what, I have a website. I can decide to list my products on my website. So I want to increase my online sales, my website sales. All right. And then if you want to be get found, if you want to be found by more people, you can decide, I want more and more people to like my page and follow my page. That is my objective at this moment. If you want to get more returning customers, you're looking at increasing traffic to your website. So I hope we are all on the same page in regards to understanding your own business goals and aligning your business goals to online objectives. Because remember, our focus is on digital marketing. Then we looked at Monthly, all right? Remember the goals that Monthly had? So let's get back to budget and resource. Monthly is a small business owner, all right? So she understands that she does not have the money to pay for a professional web developer. Okay, so she doesn't have a website yet. It's too much of an investment. But at this point, Moni does not understand the different options that are there for her to get a website. She just knows that I can't I can't possibly pay for a website at this moment. So that one payment for a website is out. Let's look at the audience. Monthly already knows. Remember, she has been dealing with walk-in clients. She has not been on the online space. She already understands the kind of people who walk to her, to her hairdressing shops, her hairdressing shop. All right. So there is uh, she knows that her clients are females, mostly with children. They work part-time and they are above 30 years old. And then she knows that most of them use Facebook. Obviously, you can know about the behaviors of your clients with how, depending on how you interact with them. Okay. So Molly understands her audience. She knows that her audience are mostly females in her local area who have children, are above 30 years old, and they mostly use Facebook and they work part time. All right. So that's on audience. So let's look at the marketing channels. The 6 marketing channels that we looked at. Let's look at what Monday will settle with. All right. So depending on the objective that you have set for yourself, you should be able to know the kind of marketing channel that you can use. Because as a business, if your objective is mostly on awareness, right, or on customer support, then you have to look at the channel that works out for you. If you're looking at increasing your sales, what are the channels that will work for you? All right. So if you want to increase your online reach and awareness, remember we talked about display advertising being um, ads that are run across different websites on the internet, not necessarily your own. So basically, you just want people to see your ad, know about your business. It's good for advertising. It's good for awareness, right? And then there's social media, which is also good for awareness. And then content marketing. You want to start writing a blog, so you're always sharing content. If you're in the tourism industry, you always share new trends in the tourism industry. So you're sharing content to people. They always come to your page to um, basically see what you posted. I want to get to be up to date with industry news. Let me go to this person's page. I want to be up to date with the new development in tech. Let me go to this person's page. So you help to increase your reach and awareness via those 3 channels. And then if you want to make website sales, you want to make sales on your website and you want more and more people to be visiting your website, you can decide on search engine marketing, search engine optimization, and email marketing. All right. Search engine marketing, search engine optimization, and email marketing. These 3 channels work best if you want to increase people coming to your website, if it is new or old people, and you want to make website sales. And then if you want to increase your customer loyalty, that means you have to offer, maybe you want to run maybe posts on offers or discounts, or you're offering customer support. You can do this through social media, email marketing, and content marketing. All right. So it's very important. This takes us back to the first step of building your own objectives. All right. So it takes us back to the first step of building our own objectives. It basically shows you that if you don't have your own online objective, it would be hard to understand which channel to settle on, all right, or to settle with rather. It would be hard to understand which channel to choose if you don't have an online objective. So that's why creating your goals and objectives was the first step. Then let's move on to the fifth step, which is building your activity. The fifth step, which is building your own activity. All right. So we are still on the case study for Mondly. So let's look at the objectives for Mondly. Mondly wanted to reach more people in her area, get new customers, um, past customers. She understands her target audience, who are females above 30 with children, working part time, and mostly using Facebook. And then on budget, Mondly did not have the budget for, or the money for, uh, getting a professional web developer. So how does she get started with the digital space? So let's go back to, let's look at her audience. Okay, let's look at her audience. Her audience mostly uses Facebook. So that means that people with the same characteristics as this audience that she has interacted with already are probably using Facebook as well. Okay, so that's more or less like a lookalike audience. So she understands that if I go on the online space, I think I will get started with Facebook because I already understand this cohort of my target audience use Facebook. So obviously, a replica cohort will probably have the same preferences in terms of social media. So Mondly will decide on setting up a Facebook page, and then she can encourage her previous customers, the customers that she's already, engaging, or she has already engaged. She can be encouraging them. After leaving the salon, they can take photos of the hairstyles. They can post on their pages and then tag her page, tag her business page. And then Monly can always reshare this content. So it's called user generated content. So Monly can share this content that her clients have shared on their pages. So this is good. If I go to Monly's page and I see, her previous clients have posted about styles, hairstyles, new hairstyles, they seem content, they're good, they're giving good reviews. As a new client, I will get some confidence in actually reaching out to Monly because I know this is a legit business. This person knows what she's doing. And, I like what I'm seeing basically. Okay. So it's important that Monly takes advantage of this, creates a Facebook page, collects reviews, and posts pictures of customer hairstyles. All right. Then let's go back to Monly decided that I don't have the money for a professional web developer. So what do I do? Monly decides to create a Google business profile. The best advantage of what is a Google business profile actually, and this will be covered in the fourth class. Yes, this is the second class. The fourth class, we are going to look at how to create your own Google Business Profile and what it is. So, Google Business Profile in overview is a free tool that's offered by Google that helps you to enhance your presence on search and maps. Google Business Profile is a free tool that's offered by Google that helps you to enhance your presence on Google search and Google Maps. All right. So if you want to access the Google Business Profile, you can just go to your Play Store and download Google Maps. Download Google Maps. You're able to even manage your profile from there. Okay. So Monly and creating the profile is free. And then the best advantage of creating a Google Business Profile, if you're a business owner, and I know most SMEs don't have the budget for getting web developers. So you can decide, you get a company free website. So when you're creating the Google business profile, and Judith will share the link in the chat section to get started with creating your own Google business profile, you get a free website and you don't need coding skills for the free website. So there are ready templates for you. All you have to do is customize the templates. What do I mean by customize the templates? So according to your brand colors or information on your business, what does your business do? Are you a product-based business? Are you a service-based business? Where are you located? All those things. So you populate the templates and then you get to customize them, because it's very important that your website, when I come to your website, it reflects your brand image. If your brand colors are mostly blue and green, you can customize the templates to input the correct shade of blue or the correct shade of green as your brand colors, because you want it to be relatable, and it's also very imperative for your brand image. All right. So Monthly decides on Google Business Profile and gets a free website. I mean, at the end of the day, if she didn't decide on the Google Business Profile, there are other sites that you can create your own website, which is Wix.com. You can go to Wix.com to create your own. You can go to Wix.com to create your own. Uh, to create your own website, and then so the best thing about digital marketing is it is dependent on your budget. It is dependent on your budget. How much do I have? I have $50. Can I run a campaign for $50? Yes, with Facebook advertising, you can run ads for as minimum as $10 in a day. That is if you want to do daily budgeting. I can decide to run ads for $50 a day. I mean for $50 maybe for a week. All right. So that's the best thing about digital marketing. It's not like you want to run an ad on TV or a billboard or radio. You can imagine how much you're paying. Okay. So use Facebook advertising to target people in your local area with an offer to attract new customers. You can decide on the paid ads, or you can decide on the normal social media advertising, which is the normal social media post. But the thing about being digital or getting started in digital marketing is you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. You cannot be an operating business, and then when I come to your business page, I see that the last time you worked, or the last time you made a post was last year. It does not make sense. So you need to be very active and consistent. And then how do you measure whether it's working out for you or it's not working out for you? I've gotten on the online space. How do I know it's working out for me? Am I getting the returns that I'm supposed to get, or it's just baseless effort? All right. So if you know what the SMART objectives are, what do we mean by SMART objectives? It basically means that you remember the online objectives that we created when we started. So we had business goals, we aligned them to online objectives. Now we are further going to ensure that we turn these online objectives into SMART objectives so that we are able to measure their performance. So what do we mean by SMART objective? It means your goals have to be S for specific. They have to be simple and straight to the point. All right. And then M, they need to be measurable. I need to be able to measure whether I have achieved this goal or not achieved this goal in 1 month, in 2 months, or 3 months. Have I achieved this goal? To what percentage? All right. And then achievable A stands for achievable. They need to be achievable dependent on my buyer preferences, my buyer purchasing power, my market, and then the resources that I have as a business. I know with most small business owners, you have these big goals for your business, but you need to start small. You need to set goals. You move step by step. Then they need to be realistic. They need to make sense. Your goals need to make sense. They don't need to be absurd. Then you need to attach a timeline to your goals. So I can decide to set a goal right now and want to achieve it by the end of 5 months or by the end of the first quarter, depending. So you need to attach a timeline to your goals. All right. Sorry about that. So this is just an example. Let's look at the online objectives that we previously had. All right, the online objectives that we previously had. So we can say, I want to increase my online sales. But how will I be able to know whether I have increased my sales or not? How can I measure? All right, because I can just say in a blanket, maybe I set this goal in January. Then in December, I said I wanted to increase my online sales. Maybe I increased my sales by 1%. That is still an increase. But when did this 1% work out? All right. So you need to have online sales. To have smart objectives. It ensures that you're keeping track of whatever efforts that you're inputting into the business, and if you're getting the ROI you deserve. So if you want to increase your online sales, you can further align this to a smart objective by saying, I want to increase my online sales by 20% within 3 months. So we are in January, okay? Maybe I have been making $5,000. Maybe I've been making I've made five. Maybe I made $5,000 in December when we closed the year, the last quarter. So I made $5,000. Okay. So I need to increase that amount by 20% in 3 months. So after the end of the first month, that is after January, I see that maybe I've increased my sales by 2% only. So I have like 18% to hit my target by the next 2 months. So what can I do better to ensure that I hit my 18%? Because if I don't change my strategy and I get 2% again in the next month, it means I'll fall short of achieving my objective at the end of the third month. Okay. So it basically shows you how having smart objectives keep you on toes in terms of the activities that you're putting into place, and to see the progress of on where you are, all right, rather on achieving your objective. So if you want to increase your brand awareness, you can say that I want to increase my brand awareness on Facebook, since I'm using Facebook mostly, by growing our audience and new people by 40%. I want to increase my online reach and awareness. So I've just opened a Facebook page. Okay. I have like 100 followers who followed me. So I decide that I need to increase my awareness on Facebook by growing this audience, the people who like my page or follow my page, by 40%, probably by the end of the sixth month. Okay. So I'm able to know after month one, this is the increase in likes and follows. After month two, after month three, I'm able to know and keep track on whether my audience is growing as I want or not. So this is just an overview of what I've discussed in detail when I looked at the digital marketing plan. Need to understand your business goal, who are your audience, their demographics, their interests, their values, their challenges. It's very important to understand the challenge of your customer audience, or rather your target audience, because it helps you to know where to position, or rather how to position your business as a solution to that challenge. Then there's the channel, the GMB, the Google Business Profile is usually known as um, the Google Business Profile is usually known as the local SEO. Okay, and then the Google Search Console is normally known as the technical SEO. Then we've looked at the activity. So Mondly decided on building our website via GMB, that is the Google Business Profile, and getting started with Facebook advertising. Then Mondly understood her objectives and further aligned that to smart objectives to be able to measure the performance of those objectives and whether she was achieving them or not. So I hope we are all on the same page up to that point. I hope you're all on the same page. Let me go back to the comments. If there are any questions that I have missed, please feel free to highlight that again. I'm trying to sign in as instructed. Ah, wow. Leonette says, I'm loving this. Thank you so much. I'm really glad that you find the class insightful. Vera says, I don't really know much about the email marketing. How does it work? So, email marketing, if you want to get started with email marketing, and this will be covered it should be the sixth class. But in an overview, you want to get started with email marketing. There are very many email marketing apps that you can use that help you to send bulk emails. There's MailChimp. MailChimp gives you an opportunity to send 80 emails in a day, and it's free to use. Okay, and it's free to use. So there are also other, they send grid, but those ones you have to pay for them because you get additional features, right? But if you want to get started with free email marketing, you can decide on MailChimp. You can just go online and search for MailChimp and see how it works. You get to send like 80 emails in a day. The best thing, like I said, with email marketing, you need to send out emails to people who have already shown interest of your business. They have already shown interest. Whether they clicked an ad, maybe you are running a lead generation ad. So they clicked the ad and they filled in their details. It already shows they're interested. Maybe they came to your website and they filled the inquiry form. It already shows that they're interested. So you get to collect these emails and you send out, maybe if you have new products, you have new services, you send emails out to them. And when you're sending out emails, they need to be customized. People like to feel important. You don't just send emails like, dear, you're not addressing them. So that's why it's good to use email marketing apps for that. So there's MailChimp. You can always use MailChimp. Email marketing will be covered in depth in the 6th class. So please make sure you don't miss out on that. I hope I've responded to your question. Who was it that asked about digital, about email marketing? Vera. Okay. Then I have Vera, can I advertise my business on another person's website in cases I haven't created, if you haven't created mine? So when you're running display ads, you usually run display ads. When you're running display ads, the ads get to appear on other people's websites. So there's this other kind of marketing. Sorry, just give me as I'm trying to. Sorry, there's this other type of marketing that's called affiliate marketing. All right, sorry, affiliate marketing. So you buy spaces on this platform and then you advertise from there, which is also a bit expensive. Okay, so it would only, to benefit you, even if you market on other people's businesses, it will just be for awareness. People will just know about the existence of your business. But it's out of 10 people who see your ad, maybe one or even nil will get to reach out to you as a business. So, you don't really get the return that you would want if you decide on marketing on your own website. Okay, Vera? Then what else can I verify my business? I've responded to Vera. Okay, as a starter, is there any particular website to begin from, or I can do it on any site? Sorry if I'm asking around a little bit. Okay, so first, I think maybe start with Facebook advertising if you're on social media, because if you're doing social media ads, you're able to do the ads on your Facebook page. You can run the ads from your Facebook business manager. You can create your own ad from the Facebook business manager, and it will be for your page. So even if someone clicks on that ad, the ad will bring them to your page. So it's very important. Like I said, you can decide to start on other placing your ads on other websites, but you don't get the ROI that you would want. You just increase your awareness, but you want to make sales. So look at settle with the channel that will give you the return that you're looking for. Okay. Bolanle, how can I get the previous lectures? So on your email, there was an email that was shared out with the link for the next classes. So please make sure you, I think this is the second class. There's only one class that we've done before, which is building your brand on the online space. So the link that was shared to attend the session is the same link you will use to get the recording. Like for this session, if this session ends, the same link that you joined with, you can use the same link to get your recording, right? I will subscribe now. Okay, thank you. I didn't get how to increase my target audience. Can you throw more light on that? I didn't get how to increase my target audience. Okay, I don't understand your question very much, Vera. I don't understand your question very well. I didn't get how to increase my target audience. Can you please throw? I don't understand. Please just try and rephrase it so that I can understand and know what to respond. Iglos is an NGO and has attached some income generating activities. How can the online business work in this case? So you have IGA activities for your NGO, okay? So basically, you're looking at generating revenue to ensure that you're sustainable as an NGO. You can also run ads. You can actually run ads on Facebook, okay, depending on who you are targeting with the IGA activities. So when you're running the ads, the best thing is you choose an objective. I'm running this ad because I want to get leads. I'm running this ad because I want to increase my awareness. I'm running this ad because I want to increase my engagement. And then it will ask you, who are you targeting? Who is your target audience? So you select your target audience. You select your audience. I want to target adults who are this age. They are based in this country. You can even go down to as narrow as selecting the cities where you are located, all right, and run the ads from there. So you can decide on Facebook advertising. And the best thing about digital marketing, like I said, is it is very, like, it's dependent on your budget. Okay, so you can set up an ad, and normally I recommend that when people set up ads on Facebook, they choose the lifetime budget. You can choose the daily budget, decide I'm going to run like $10 a day budget, but it's good if you put it on lifetime budget. Then you give the system a chance to figure out how it will basically price your ad depending on when people mostly click on it or when people are mostly online. Okay, so when you're choosing the advertising or setting your advertising on Facebook and Instagram, you can choose the lifetime budget as a mode of pricing, right? So Higlos, I also hope that I've given you a response to your question, right? So Vera, I'm waiting for you to rephrase your questions so that I can understand it before I respond to it. All right, I'll come back to look at them. If there are any more questions, please drop them in the chat section. Meanwhile, we'll move on to the last part of our class, which is focusing on harnessing the power of digital advertising. So this is what we're going to, sorry. So this is what we're going to look at this juncture. So when you want to get started with digital advertising. Remember, we had search engine marketing, search engine optimization, content marketing, display advertising, email marketing, and social media marketing. So let's look at what's on my screen right now. You can see that I have color codes. There's the yellow color code, there's the blue color code, and there's the green color code. So this basically gives you a better understanding of what search engine marketing is and search engine optimization is. So the color code in yellow, the ones are called in yellow next to Google. This is the search query. This is the words that people use to either search for a product or service that you're dealing with. All right. So this, you can also term them as keywords. So these are search queries, the terms that people use to either search for a product or service that your business is dealing with. All right. And then the ones circled in blue, these are paid text and shopping ads. So the owners of these sites have paid to appear at the top. You see, they're the number one results. The owners have paid to appear at the top. Okay, so they paid, but even besides paying, there's still some things that they needed to do. So they had to bid on keywords, which basically means that they had to do a lot of keyword research. So keyword research is when you do research on the kind of terms that people are using to search for a product or service. So you get to know that I'm dealing with the digital cameras, but people normally don't go online and type out digital cameras. Maybe they search for travel cameras, compact cameras, pocket cameras. Maybe people don't use digital cameras. So that means that when I'm bidding on keywords, I can use the term compact cameras. Okay, pocket cameras, because this is mostly the kind of terms people are using to search for a product or service. Okay, so you have to do a lot of keyword research. You can do your keyword research on Google Trends, and Judith will type this out in the chat section. You can do your keyword research on Google Trends or the Google Ads Keyword Planner. So you can do your research on Google Trends or the Google Ads Keyword Planner. And then at the bottom, circled in green, my color code green, these are the organic search listings. What I mean by organic search listings, these are websites that are running search engine optimization on their sites. So if you remove the blue color code, if we remove the blue color code, because the blue ones have paid to appear at the top, if we remove it, we'll have the one in green, the first person, appear at the top. So how do you ensure you appear at the top? First, you need to do a lot of keyword research. The same thing with if you want to do the paid text ads. But the best thing with search engine optimization, it is free. So I am doing my keyword research. I'm inputting these keywords, these search queries. I'm inputting these keywords on my website. Okay, so it's easy for Google when someone goes online and search compact cameras. It's easy for Google to crawl the internet and crawl my site and understand that this website has something to do with compact cameras, because technically I used that keyword on my site. So they match the search query with the content on your site. All right. So that's what search engine, that's what SEO is, search engine optimization. But with search engine optimization, it's not as instant as search engine marketing. It takes a lot of time. It can even take you 3 months or 4 months to improve your ranking on the search engine or to appear on the first page, depending on how well you're optimizing your keywords. Remember, when you're doing all these things, whether it is content marketing, whatever channel you decide on, the common denominator is your audience. You need to understand your audience. You need to understand who you are targeting. You need to understand their interests. You need to understand their challenges. So with search engine marketing, you need to know your customers, because when you're running the ad, when you're creating the ad, it will ask you, who is your target audience? Who are you targeting? Okay. So maybe you're a fashion store, and mostly maybe the clothes that you make are mostly targeting females, maybe between the age of 18 to 30, because we all know an 18-year-old will not dress the same as a 40-year-old. Okay. So this is what I mean by your target audience. You understand who you're targeting. You know what your ad to appear on the page of a 50-year-old person, when you know it will not, they will not buy unless they have children, which is a long shot also. Okay. So you need to understand who your customers are. You need to do your keywords. I've talked to you about Google Trends and Google Ads Keyword Planner. These are the sites. You can always type them on your browser, Google Trends or Google Ads Keyword Planner. You can type them out on your browser to get to learn about how to use them. Then create your ad copy. What do you want people to see when they see your ad? What are the first things that you want people to see when they see your ad? And then put it all together. The difference with search engine optimization and search engine marketing. Search engine marketing, I've told you, you pay for it and you appear at the top or the first page straight away. Search engine marketing is free, you don't pay, and it takes time. It can even take you 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, depending on how consistent you are. Because with search engine optimization, you don't just do it today and wait for your ranking to improve the next month. You have to be consistent and intentional about it. Okay. With SEM, you bid on keywords, and SEO, you optimize your keywords. Okay. So if you want to know how well your site is optimized, which is, I basically mean your website. If you want to understand how well your website is optimized, you need to sign up for the Google Search Console, right? Create an account and then link it to your website. Okay. So the best thing with the Google Search Console, it will tell you these are the keywords that are bringing people to your site. These are the keywords that you used. Maybe you used 5 keywords. Then you have 100 people came to your site because of this specific keyword number 1, or 10 people came to your site because of this specific keyword. If there's a page on your website that is not well optimized, it will always send you alerts on your email and tell you, you know what, this page is not optimized. Do you think you can do something better about it? Do you think you can optimize it better? All right. So it keeps you on your toes in terms of optimization. And then when you're getting into Google search, when you're getting into SEO, you need to be able to submit your website's sitemap to Google. So you need to submit your sitemap to Google. It basically helps with Google matching search queries with the content on your website. It's also important that the heading tags that you have, assuming you're a restaurant, you have under services, you indicate that you create, you offer seafood, you offer authentic African dishes, you offer Mexican dishes. Under that heading of seafood, behind, now this is something that a web developer would do for you. Under those um, headlines, you can put tags. Okay, so you can have like oysters, shrimp, tilapia, lobsters behind that. Okay, so Google knows when someone searches for oyster restaurants in near me. Okay, Google can already, when it crawls your site, it already knows that under this tag, under seafood tags, there's oysters. So this page offers, when this person comes to this page, they can get to learn about the oyster offers that you have. So it's easy for Google to it's easy for Google to match that query to the content on your site. I hope you are all on the same page. So with search engine optimization, I talked about running keyword research, publishing, ensuring that the content you're always publishing is up to date and relatable to what your audience is consuming. And then you need to make sure your website pages are friendly. In the last class, we talked about the link g.co/test my site to be able to know whether your site is mobile friendly. Because remember, most people don't use maybe laptops to browse, they use their phones. So your site has to be, has to look good on mobile phone and it has to be fast. All right. And then on display advertising. So you can see this kind of ads. I'm sure you have seen this kind of ads on different websites across the internet, not necessarily Techno's own, not necessarily Airtel's own, but you get to see these ads on different websites. So this is what we mean by display advertising. How do you differentiate display advertising and search advertising? Search advertising is search engine marketing, right? It focuses on matching user queries to websites on the search engine, okay? But with display advertising, they just serve ads across different websites, not necessarily the person offering that product or service, right? Search advertising is good if you want to make sales because people come to your website. The website is on your website. They see your product, make sales from your site. With the display advertising, they just see your ad. It's good for awareness and driving traffic. All right. Remember, we said the common denominator for all is your customers. So understand your customers. Then your placement ideas. Where do you want them to be placed? What kind of ads? Do you want banner ads? Do you want pop-up ads? And then your ad creative, because display ads are, you use images. So what kind of image do you want to use? What kind of copy? So when I talk about copy, is the words on your poster, what will be on my copy? All right, and then you put it all together. Okay. And then with social advertising, I talked about social media advertising. I said you're able to run paid advertising on a social media pages, or you are able to do organic posting. Organic posting is the normal social media posting we do. Okay, so you don't pay for it. Okay, so let's look at the differences. The difference between organic and paid is with organic, views, actions, click is free. People there, you don't get charged for that. Okay, but with paid advertising, I pay for someone to click on my ad. I pay for whatever action they do on that ad. If it is filling a form, if it is clicking on that ad, if they drop a message, I pay whatever action they do when they click on my ad. All right. And then organic social media, obviously, you get to reach people who follow you or their friends. But with paid social media advertising, you're able to reach people who have already shown interest in your business. They don't have to know about your business, they don't have to follow your page, but they have previously, from their digital footprints, they showed interest. It's like I search for an iPhone 14 right now. Okay, I'm based in Kenya. So I search Nairobi. I search for an iPhone 14 right now, and I don't get what I'm looking for. So next week, but one, Judith, who has an iPhone shop, decides she's brought in the iPhone 14 and she's running paid ads. I don't know about Judith's business, but her ad will appear on my page because my digital footprints have already showed that I have been looking for that particular product online. Okay. So, like I said, when you're creating your ads, you get to choose an objective. What do you want? What will you be charged for? What is the objective? I want to do lead generation. I want to collect emails. Okay, you will be charged per lead generated. I want to people to click my ad, maybe for awareness. You'll be charged per click. I want to engage with people more. So I have the messenger ads. I will be charged per people who drop me a message, right? Then obviously you need to choose your ad creative and set your budget. I have $100, I have $50. I want this ad to run for like a week or 2 weeks. All right. So what is my budget? Okay. So I hope we are also all on the same page. I have tried to cover it all in 1 hour. If you have any question, please feel free to drop them in the chat section. Let me see. Vera has rephrased her question. My question is based on the SMART objective strategy, where you talk about increasing from Facebook to what? That is where I got lost. Oh, SMART objective strategy, where you talk about increasing. Yeah, I was talking about the. I now get your question. So when you're looking at SMART objectives, maybe you want to get more people to know about your business. All right. So that means that maybe you need to increase your followers or the likes on your pages. Okay. So I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can respond. My question is based on the SMART objective strategy, where you talk about increasing from Facebook to what? That is where I got lost. I'm sorry. I honestly am not understanding your question, Vera. Maybe if you're in the WhatsApp group, you can always just drop me, please. If you're in the WhatsApp group, please, we can interact. I'm also in the group. I think we can interact more there. Maybe you can try to explain your question a bit better. Then I should be able to respond to you. And then that's a bit one-on-one, so it would be easy. Okay, Vera? So please feel free to also remember to fill in the attendance form. Judith, let me see if Judith has posted the attendance form. Not yet. Okay, Judith, please post the attendance form. Remember to fill in the attendance form. Input the correct name as you would want for it to appear on your certificate. Please fill in the attendance form. Make sure you fill the attendance form to be able to get your certificate. Okay. I'm really looking at how I can double up my customers. That's very, very important. So Judith, please fill in the drop the attendance form in the chat section. And to everyone who's here, please make sure you fill in the attendance form. You can access the recording with the same link that you used. Let me see if Judith has posted the attendance. Judith, please post the attendance form. Thank you, Judith, for that. Okay. So the attendance form has been shared. Please make sure you click on it. Please make sure you fill in the form with your correct name so that your certificate indicates your correct name. Okay. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much for being here. In the next class, our next class will be on Monday. Our next class will be, let me confirm, our next class will be on Monday at 6 p.m. Our next class will be on Monday at 6 p.m. So please make sure that you mark it on your calendar. The link will be shared, right? You can also follow us on our Facebook, on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Digital Skills for Africa, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Impact Her. Remember to sign up for the Hustle Academy. The link was shared previously when you started the class. Judith will also share it right now. And then if you want to learn more, you want to, Beryl, I haven't learned, I feel like I need to learn more about search engine optimization, or I feel I need to learn more about search engine marketing. You can always go to learndigital.google.com/digital skills/courses, learn on your own and still get certified. Okay. So thank you so much, ladies. It was a pleasure having you. It was a pleasure being here. Until then, adios.